So welcome to Tourism Quality Assurance of Newfoundland and Labrador, or TQA as it's also referred to, our webinar, Quality in Canada Select Ratings. My name is Nancy McGraw and I'm the Program Manager for TQA. First, I would like to acknowledge my colleagues who are here with me today. Gail Dick, who is joining me in presenting today's webinar. Many of you know Gail very well, I'm sure, from working with her during the Canada Select inspections over the years. And we couldn't have a Canada Select presentation without having Gail's input, as she's a wealth of knowledge. Jennifer Brown is the Technology Resource Coordinator for Hospitality Newfoundland and Labrador, and Jennifer is helping us with our presentation today. She's going to be recording the presentation so that we can have it available as a future reference. And also Allie Borden, who is the Training Coordinator with Hospitality Newfoundland and Labrador, is here with us as well. Today's presentation is the third of 4 webinars that we have been presenting on this month on TQA's programs. The goal of Tourism Quality Assurance is to raise the level of quality in tourism products and services in Newfoundland and Labrador. And we do this through our Canada Select and Camping Select programs, in which we inspect and rate roofed accommodations and campgrounds in the province, helping operators raise the level of quality in their establishments. The Access Advisor program is a program which helps provide auditing of accessibility and designates different levels of accessibility for any business or event. As well, we've recently introduced welcome programs, and these programs consist of Pets Welcome, Cyclists Welcome, and Motorcyclists Welcome. TQA are also partners of the Newfoundland and Labrador Tourism Board and provide validation for the Tourism Assurance Plan, or TAP. If you are following along online today and you'd like to share your thoughts on social media, please feel free to tweet or post using the hashtag #QualityInTourism. So without any further delay, we'll get started on our Canada Select presentation. Here's an overview of what we hope to accomplish today. I'll provide you with an update on where TQA is currently. We will have a look at our progress to date. We've had some changes to our board of directors, so we'll provide you with an up-to-date look at who sits on our board currently. Then Gail will take us into the details of the Canada Select program. She'll focus on 3 key areas of the program: what represents quality in the Canada Select rating, how you as tourism operators can strengthen your scores, perhaps you'd like to plan for moving to the next half-star level, and also how you can get the most out of your renovation dollars. If you're planning a renovation for 2018 or beyond, we can help you determine which products provide the best quality. And often this means products that will withhold the wear and tear of a tourism operation longer, helping you get the most out of your budgets. There are certainly some overlap between the Canada Select and Camping Select programs, especially when it comes to quality in the facilities. And Gail will take us through some key points in the Camping Select program as well. Then we'll take a look at where we go from here, and we should be clued up in time for some questions and have you on your way within the hour. Someone had mentioned speaking up, so just wanted to do a little test. Is that okay? Can everyone hear me good there now? Okay, we'll move on. So before Gail gets into the Canada Select details, I would like to take a few moments to give a review of the evolution of TQA. As you may know, TQA was originally known as Canada Select Newfoundland Labrador. There's no doubt the impact that the Canada Select program has had on elevating the level of quality in accommodations and campgrounds in the province. In fact, in 1994, 90% of the properties rated were a 2-star or less. And by 2013, 75% of the properties rated had 3-star or above. The most recent stats we have are for 2016, in which almost 90% of the properties rated were 3-star or higher. And we've seen a great increase in the level of quality over the years. Looks like we had a little bit of a technical blip there, so if you lose connection or anything like that, just stay tuned and we'll get you back on there as quickly as possible. I hope everyone is still there. Looks like we're good. In 2014, the board undertook a strategic planning process as it wanted to be the driving force behind quality assurance priorities in the province. Stakeholder input was an important part of this process. The board evolved their governance and management structure in order to adopt other programs that would be reflective of the goals and priorities of the provincial tourism strategy, Vision 2020. There were 2 key priorities identified: Canada Select was a great program. However, it needed to evolve in order to meet the changing needs of travelers. And the second thing was that we need to broaden our quality assurance programming and consider programming that extended beyond that of accommodations. So here we are in year 2 of a 3-year expansion plan, which defines the evolution of the organization. Some key points of the expansion plan and our progress to date. It was identified, as I mentioned, that Canada Select needed to evolve to be an organization that was more focused on quality in the star ratings. And the program has been updated. In the old program, for example, if you didn't have closet doors, you couldn't be a 4-star property. Everyone needed to have TVs, etc. The program today does a great job at ensuring minimum standards are maintained and assigns a star rating that is reflective of the quality within the accommodation. The new program has been received very well, as it allows operators to pick the amenities that they wish to market to their consumers. We have successfully introduced the Access Advisor program, which is a program designed to assign levels of accessibility. And this program really does 2 key things. It provides a much-needed auditing of accessibility within the tourism industry and beyond, and it also encourages business owners to think beyond wheelchairs, to consider all types of disabilities. To date, we have about 35 operators, both in and outside of the accommodation sector, that we are working with towards their designation. We have introduced a suite of welcome programs, which include Pets Welcome, Cyclists Welcome, and Motorcyclists Welcome. These voluntary programs are designed to help tourism operators who wish to attract these diverse markets. Just as a side note, we held 2 webinars on our welcome programs and the Access Advisor program. These are available on our YouTube channel, and they're also linked to our website under program updates as well. We have an enhanced communications and marketing plan, and we are building on our brand awareness. We are communicating more with our program participants and engaging in events within the industry. Coaching is an integral part of TQA's values, and we are available to assist operators who wish to increase the level of quality in their tourism operations. The Tourism Assurance Plan, or TAP, is a cooperative effort between industry and government, which outlines 5 minimum standards that all tourism operators must meet in order to be marketed through the provincial marketing strategy. Currently, TQA's role in this initiative is to provide validation for TAP standards. And this may include such things as checking to ensure operators have a valid email address or website, ensuring what is advertised or promoted is reflective of the actual experience, and we're involved in the complaints procedure as well. Again, stay tuned for more information during the TAP webinar, which is taking place next Wednesday on the 29th. Tourism Quality Assurance is governed by a board of directors who provides strategic direction and leadership to the organization. The chair is Kathy Lohman with Hotel Port aux Basques, and the remainder of the board is comprised of industry representatives. Deborah Borden from the Anchor Inn Hotel and Suites represents the cottage, cabin, vacation home sector. Wayne Hallett from the Prince of Wales Inn is our B&B representative. Jackie Hill from the Capitol Hotel is our hotel motel representative. Jeff LeGros from Call LeGros Insurance is our consumer representative. As well, we have 3 ex officio representatives. Shane Cornu is our federal representative from ACOA. Andrea Peddle from the Department of Tourism, Culture, Industry, and Innovation is our provincial representative. And Craig Foley from Hospitality Newfoundland and Labrador is our Tourism Association representative. We currently have a vacancy in our campground sector. We have had a name put forward for this position, so we will be following up with that individual. However, I encourage all of you to consider putting your name forward once we do have an opening. I believe our next opening will be coming in February in the B&B sector, so we will be sending out communications on this beforehand. By participating in the TQA board, you will have the opportunity to work collaboratively with like-minded tourism professionals who will help guide the tourism industry in this province, which is something I know is important to everyone here today. So what exactly is quality assurance? If you do a quick search on Google, it indicates the definition of quality assurance is, in developing products and services, quality assurance is any systematic process of checking to see whether a product or service being developed is meeting specific requirements. We couldn't agree more with this. This is the foundation on which the Canada Select program was founded. Checking to ensure a product or service meets minimum standards and assigning a star rating which is reflective of the level of quality based on an independent scoring system is the basis of the Canada Select program. Ensuring traveler confidence in products and services of what we have to offer is of paramount importance. A one-star rating from Canada Select Inspection is part of having a tourist operator's license, and this is a requirement of the Tourist Establishment Act in Newfoundland and Labrador. The license itself is actually issued by the Department of Tourism, Culture, Industry, and Innovation. TQA are contracted to conduct a Canada Select inspection as part of this license. So we don't control who gets a license and the consequences for those who don't comply with the Act. We simply do the inspection and provide the information to the department. So what is our mandate? The mandate of TQA is to rate, inspect, and validate participating tourism services and attractions within the province of Newfoundland and Labrador to determine if they meet minimum criteria for quality assurance as outlined in the programs we offer, such as, but not limited to, Canada Select and Camping Select. To support participating tourism services and attractions to maintain quality standards and to raise the level of quality in their establishments. To provide the traveling public with a consistent, efficient, and effective rating and validation process that ensures that Newfoundland and Labrador tourism services and attractions meet minimum quality standards. And this doesn't mean that every property in Newfoundland or Labrador has to be a 5-star property or a 4-star property. There are many types of travelers with different likes and dislikes and different budgets. What we hope to outline for you today is how we determine your star rating and how you can strengthen your current rating that would help showcase the best of your accommodation. So I'm actually going to pass it over to Gail there right now, and Gail is going to take us through some of the details on the Canada Select program.
Good morning, everyone. Canada Select is an industry-driven, consumer-sensitive rating program which provides the traveler with a consistent standard of quality for roofed accommodations. Categories have been expanded and include bed and breakfast, tourist home, inn, cottage, vacation home, hotel-motel, apartment, hostel university, resort, and suites. Guests expect breakfast and personalized hospitality at a bed and breakfast, while at a tourist home, the owner-operator may not live on site and breakfast may not be provided. At an inn, the living quarters of the owner are separate from the guests, and breakfast and an evening meal are offered. So, when it comes to the scoring of the Canada Select rating, operators must meet minimum entry requirements, and that ensures that they are eligible for a star rating. The minimum entry requirements are the same for all categories and all star levels, so it doesn't matter if you're a hotel, a bed and breakfast, the minimum entry requirements are the same. And it is legislation that any room that offers sleeping accommodations must be equipped with a smoke detector. Something else is amenities. Amenities have no effect on the overall star rating of a property. Amenities such as air conditioning, Wi-Fi, swimming pool, and mini fridge in each room are some examples of amenities that operators may have and can be used as a marketing initiative to attract guests to their property. With regards to the overall rating, it's important to remember that cleanliness and state of repair can affect your overall star rating. A cleanliness inspection takes into account things such as dust, lint, spots, marks, dirt, cobwebs, flies, and odor. State of repair looks at things such as scratches, chips, items that are worn, discolored, or stained, watermarks, cracks, paint, peeling paint, or tears, holes, burns, broken or not working items. Deficiencies in these areas will cost you points with your overall rating. Canada Select is a reliable, independent rating system. Our independent rating system is based on numbers. So, 3.5-star points for laminate flooring, detailed eye-catching quality crown moldings. That would get you as much as an extra 0.75 extra points. 25-year-old mattresses, sorry, you're not going to get a very good grade with that. You might get 2 out of 5. So we're going to switch screens for a moment, and we're going to look at an actual inspection form. So when we start a rating, the first thing we do is we look at the minimum entry requirements. So we look at air circulation, we look for various items within the bathroom, then we look at beds and bedding, grounds and gardens, heating, housekeeping, kitchens if you have them, public areas, room furniture, security and safety, space and comfort, technology and communication, window coverage. And we also do look at a number of amenities, but like I said previously, that will not affect your overall star rating. So now we're going to look at the bedroom. So we look at things such as bedding. You know, we look at, is it line spreads, padded spreads, duvets. For mattresses, we're very specific. We do have various coil counts. For flooring, we look, is it carpet with underlay? Is it laminate flooring? Is it hardwood? With furniture, is it veneer? Is it original wood? Do you have period antiques if you're in a house, you know, a heritage house? With regard to solid wood, that would score very high with regards to furniture. We're looking at 4 to 4.75. If you had period antiques, then that would score in the 5. But a lot of times people will have period antiques and then they may have some furniture that's not genuine antique, so you may lose 0.25 for that. With regards to window coverage, lined curtains, basic lined curtains would start at the 2-star range. And then it goes on to Roman shades, faux wood blinds. And then we look at wall coverage. So wall coverage, as we said earlier, your basic painted gyprock scores 3.5. Then if you add baseboard moldings, crown moldings, wainscoting, that would increase your scoring. So that could take you as high as 4.25. So in the bathroom, we look at wall coverage, we look at flooring, window coverage if applicable, and we also look at tub shower surrounds. So plastic metal stalls, they only score at the 1-star. Plastic sectional molded, the max you would get is 2, maybe 2.5. If you want higher rating, then you're looking at high quality ceramic, fiberglass acrylic, marble, granite, porcelain. In public areas, we look at the same things. We look at wall coverage, we look at flooring, furniture, and window coverage. And it's the same pretty much as we did in the guest rooms. So then there is a separate tab done for each room that we do. So each room has its own scoring. And then at the end, what happens is the numbers are tabulated, so there's an overall score for the bedroom area, the bathroom area, and the public area. Then they're all added together and divided by 3, and that's how we get your star rating. Now, one thing, it's important to note, if you are at 3.4, people might wonder, oh, would I get bumped up to 3.5? No, you would stay at the 3-star rating. You would have to reach 3.5 or higher. So now we're going to look at some examples of quality. The quality component plays a major role in determining the overall star rating. I'm going to just show you some examples of quality in each of the areas that we rate. The areas of a property that are assigned a value are wall coverage, flooring, furniture, bedding, mattresses, window coverage, and tub shower surrounds. Price is often reflective of the quality and durability of an item, and points are deducted off the quality if there are cleanliness and/or state of repair concerns. When we do the scoring, when I'm going through a property, the architectural integrity of the property is taken into consideration. So if you're a heritage home, then I take that into consideration, especially if you have the original flooring, the dormer windows, and things like that. So now, I'm going to look at wall coverage. So as I said previously, painted gyprock scores at 3.5, but if you add baseboard and crown moldings, that would bring you up to a 4.25 rating. A lot of people think they have to have wallpaper, but that's not necessarily the case. There's always ways that you can move your score up. Wainscoting is a perfect way to bring up the wall coverage while protecting walls from damage due to suitcases. A fireplace, whether wood burning, propane, or electric, is an excellent way to add ambiance to a room while adding warmth. With regards to flooring, laminate floor has come a long way. When it first came out, 8 mil was the most you could get. Now, 12 mil is probably your best, where you should start. If using carpet, a new product that's out now is you should use carpet tile, which is easy to install, and if an area is stained, you only take up the tile which is affected rather than the whole roll of carpet. Therefore, that would save you money. Mattresses, a good night's sleep can make or break a guest stay. Mattresses are extremely important. If purchasing a coil mattress, 2 important factors to consider are coil count and gauge. Recommended coil count is a minimum of 500 coils. And something to remember about gauge, the smaller the number in the gauge, the firmer the mattress, and the higher the number in the gauge, the softer the mattress. Bedspreads, a trend that we have been seeing is a lot of properties are doing triple sheeting. And if you want to spruce up triple sheeting, that's where you see the sheet and the cover and the duvet blanket. You can always add a scarf at the bottom of the duvet and decorative pillows. With regards to window coverage, when purchasing window treatments, function should be your first consideration. Guests prefer to have room darkening blackout window coverage in bedrooms in case they want to sleep in. There's something new on the market now. They're called cellular or honeycomb shades, and they're an energy efficient option. And these shades are comprised of 1, 2, or 3 layers of cells. And the energy efficiency is created by the airspace between the layers, and the construction of these shades keeps cold air out in the winter and warm air out in the summer. With regards to furniture, furniture should be checked for stability, well-made joints, and a good finish. If you lean on a piece of furniture and it tips over easily, it is not well constructed. Ensure furniture doesn't wobble when you push on it, or your guests might get hurt. Furniture made of solid wood is expensive, but it's an investment and it will last a long time. With regards to tub shower surrounds, plastic sectional molded surrounds are inexpensive, but they are not very durable and have a limited lifespan. Fiberglass acrylic surrounds, on the other hand, are less expensive than ceramic, marble, porcelain, or granite. They are lightweight, easy to install, and the finish can be repaired. If you do choose to use ceramic tiles, they look really good, but one thing to remember is the grouting has to be maintained. If you're looking at marble, granite, and porcelain, porcelain is harder and more dense than ceramic tiles. It is durable, more resistant to scratches, and can withstand extreme temperatures. Now, what we're going to talk about now is how you can strengthen your rating. So one of the tools that is available to you as tourism operators through the Canada Select program are upgrade reports. These reports may be sent out automatically, or you can request an upgrade report. So if I came into your property and I did a rating, and your rating came in at 3.45, I would automatically send out an upgrade report because you would be so close to moving up to the next half-star level, so I would automatically send that report out. The upgrade report outlines the areas where you could earn additional points, and they are an important tool as they help operators know what they have to do in order to reach the next star level, thereby increasing the level of quality in their establishments. Clean, comfortable accommodations are the basis of a 1 to 2-star property. In order to increase your star rating, the focus is on the details. This could include adding items such as a quality rug to a living room space or guest room, a homemade quilt, higher quality linens with accent pillows, and depending on the character of your accommodation, you may have an accent wall, crown moldings, or original fireplaces, which would add to the guest experience. As mentioned, we always take the character of the property into consideration. Every property is unique. How you as business owners and operators want to market your business is always taken into account. With a Canada Select inspection, our aim is to work with you to bring out the quality in your details in order to enhance your product offering to your guests. Now, I'm going to mention some ways to maximize your budget if you are spending money. So, there's such things as capital budget items, which would include things like flooring or replacing all of your mattresses. These are big ticket items and generally require additional capital funds in order to replace. Before you make any major purchases, you have the option to check with us on the rating of the coil count or the type of flooring you may be considering. It's very important for you to know that we are always just a phone call or email away, and we're here to work with you. Product choices. For some products, such as spring-loaded blinds or plastic Venetian blinds, although they can be more cost-effective, in the long run, when you consider replacement costs, they end up costing you more money, and they score less as they are of lesser quality. So when you're making your choices, consider quality in addition to the cost. I know that I've spoken to operators, and we have the pull-down blinds, and there's two options. You have the ones that you just pull down, or you have the ones on chains. I know I've spoken to operators, and the ones that you just pull down, I've seen some people replace them 4 times in a year because the springs give way very easily. Something that Canada Select does is offer complimentary expertise and advice. TQA has been inspecting and rating accommodations and campgrounds for 25 years in Newfoundland and Labrador. I have seen the newest products that are available, collected many stories from tourism operators of things that work well in accommodations and things that do not stand the test of time. Our expertise is available complimentary to you. In other provinces in Atlantic Canada, a lot of times you have to pay for that expertise, but this is a service we offer you free of charge. All you have to do is reach out and contact us. And always remember, we're only a phone call or email away. Whether it is during your biennial inspection or any time in between inspections, we're always here for you. Feel free to reach out by phone or email, and we are only happy to provide you with information that will help you showcase your best product to your customers.
All right. Thank you very much, Gail. That was a very close look, and I hope we were able to provide lots of good information there for operators, and no doubt we'll have some questions there at the end as well, so we'll check back in with the details. Just wanted to take you through a couple of quick facts, I guess. Did you know that there have been no increases in the participation fees for the Canada Select program, and that's ever since its inception? In fact, there was actually a reduction of fees a few years back. And there are a couple of reasons of how we're able to maintain these lower participation fees. One is through our inspection schedule. Of course, travel is our biggest expense, and while we try to keep consistency in scheduling of inspections, there are some changes based on properties closing or new properties opening in which we have to make adjustments. Typically, we start working on our schedule in the fall, and we have a tentative schedule developed early in the new year. I say tentative as we often have to adjust, as I said, in order to maximize travel time and to try not to travel over the same area for multiple visits. We try to provide as much notice as possible to tourism operators, and this is a process we're continually looking to improve upon. We appreciate your cooperation in obtaining access for the inspection. Obviously, we do not expect you to turn away business in order to allow us to have access. That's a loss of revenue for you, and it's not an expectation. Rather, we ask you to work with your guests to allow us supervised access for the inspection when rooms are in use. We work with tourism operators as best we can. Sometimes there is a second visit which is scheduled to an area based on the number of tourism operations which are in that area. However, if we are denied access for the inspection and a second trip is required, a fee would apply. Again, this is necessary in order to avoid multiple trips to the same area. We all need to work together, and we've actually been very fortunate, and we appreciate the cooperation we have received from tourism operators and their guests over the years. Sometimes a special fee may be required. If you have made investments to your property and you want to look at having your star rating evaluated, we're happy to do this. However, if it requires an additional special trip specifically for the reason of the reinspection, and this is outside of your normal inspection visit, a fee would apply. There are exceptions. If we are traveling to this area for another regular inspection and we can coordinate the two, we will certainly make the time to schedule a visit wherever possible. So just consider if we were traveling from Nain to Trepassey, back to Port aux Basques and probably back to St. John's again, just because an operator didn't like the rating or we weren't able to get the access, we're going to be running all over the province. And obviously we would have many more expenses, and we wouldn't be able to run the organization with this current fee structure. So additional fees like this, while we haven't used them very often, they are necessary in order to maintain efficiency in our travel costs. Just a couple of quick interesting facts. Over a 2-year period, Gale actually inspects about 675 roofed accommodations and 90 campgrounds. So just think about that. That's approximately 382 properties to visit in 1 year, and that's a lot of sleeping in different beds. We actually started to look at some other stats that I thought would be interesting, like how many kilometers she's traveled and how many communities she's visited, but it actually got a little bit overwhelming counting all of it, but certainly there are a lot. So how do we compare? We're actually doing business in a time where there seems to be stars and comments and feedback everywhere. Travelers have an abundance of information readily available at the click of a mouse, and actually they don't even have to click. With the use of cookies and other technology, all you have to do is search for Newfoundland Labrador on your computer, and suddenly there are accommodations and products popping up on your computer or phone. And this can be wonderful. It is a great opportunity for you to showcase your business to the world. Of course, it can have drawbacks as well, as there are many, many options for you as business owners to decide where you want to advertise. On which platforms do you want to have the most visibility? Which site will give you the most visibility for your target markets? And all of these bullets that we have listed there, they're just that. They're platforms. A place for you to advertise and promote what you have to offer. Everything from Airbnb to, Expedia, the Herald, to the coffee news that you see in your coffee shops. Take advantage of them, some of them, all of them. That's your choice as business owners. So the answer to the question of how do we compare? We don't. Canada Select is not a marketing organization. We are a quality assurance rating organization. You may remember me outlining our mandate earlier in the presentation. So we're not mandated to advertise or to promote accommodations or campgrounds. What we do is we assist tourism operators to raise the bar so that they can provide quality products and services for their guests. And this quality assurance is crucial to success in the tourism industry. Gail is actually going to take us through the Camping Select program here now, some details with that program.
So, with regards to the Camping Select program, it's a two-tiered rating system with one rating being assigned for facilities and another rating being assigned for recreation. The facility score is based on the physical buildings at the campground, such as comfort stations, rec center, laundry, and store, while the recreation score is based on the recreational activities such as playgrounds, swimming areas, or organized activities. So, when it comes to campgrounds, an unserviced site offers either water, electricity, or sewer at the site. Semi-service sites offer 2 out of the 3 services, and fully serviced sites, they offer all 3 services. To achieve certain ratings, minimum facility requirements must be met in certain areas. So, for example, to be eligible for a 2-star rating, 2-star requirements must be met in entrance, register check-in, security, and comfort station. When we do the rating, the quality of the buildings and comfort station are taken into consideration when determining the final star rating. There have been ongoing discussions between the TQA board and our Atlantic Canada partners on a review of the program in the near future.
Perfect. Thanks so much. So we will continue to keep everyone updated when there is a review of this program, and we'll be rolling out, I'm sure, another information session when that happens. There are a couple of key things that I would like you to take away with you today. Whether you're looking to invest in a new tourism operation, be it an accommodation or another tourism service, or you are a current tourism operator, quality is key. We have to aim to provide the best quality products and experiences we can, and this will result in benefits not only for tourism owners, but the entire tourism industry in the province. As TQA works to be the leader driving quality assurance initiatives in this province, partnerships with tourism board partners such as Hospitality Newfoundland and Labrador, the Department of Tourism, Culture, Industry and Innovation, the 5 destination management organizations, and you, our tourism operators, are extremely important. Collaboration is key to ensuring we're all working towards the same goals. By evolving into a tourism quality assurance organization, TQA is playing an important role in helping its partners on the Newfoundland and Labrador Tourism Board achieve its goals for quality assurance and ultimately Vision 2020. There is currently no other organization in the province with a mandate and capacity to provide these specific nonprofit quality assurance services to tourism operations. Every partner within the Newfoundland and Labrador Tourism Board have a responsibility and a role to play in quality assurance. It is TQA's role to be the leader in quality assurance with the resources, capacity, and mandate to inspect, rate, and validate tourism services and attractions throughout Newfoundland and Labrador. Moving forward, there is still a great deal of work to be done, but the TQA board is committed to its priorities. Keeping a focus on ensuring the programming we offer is relevant and reflective of where the industry is, but also what travelers need is of paramount importance. We will also ensure the evolution of our new governance structure is fully supported and becomes a solid foundation on which we move forward. Communications is also a core pillar of our brand and approach. It is important that we both engage with tourism stakeholders for input, but also that we share where we are as we evolve, and the board is committed to this. So here are some contact information should you wish to contact myself or Gail. As well, our website and our social media channels are listed there. So follow us, like us, tweet us. We like to share lots of great tips and good news stories. And I'll send out all this as well in our resources after the webinar. So thank you everyone very much for attending our session today. We're actually going to open up the floor for questions and comments now if anybody has any questions. So Steve, yes, we are going to be sending out a copy of the webinar. So shortly after today, we'll send out a copy of the actual PowerPoint presentation. And then when it's available, we are recording it, so when it is available, it will be uploaded to our YouTube channel and on our website, and you can certainly check it out there and share it with other members of your organizations as well if you like. No problem. Perfect. Thank you, Karen and John. Glad you could join us. I've got a couple of people typing some questions there now, so we're just going to wait for those to come through and answer those as best we can. You're quite welcome, Sylvia. Glad you could join us. Thanks, Michelle. Thank you so much to everyone. So I do want to thank everyone for participating in the webinar, and a big thank you to Gail for your time and your insights, and also, of course, to Jennifer for your technical assistance here today. So Alice has suggested a copy of the checklist that Gail uses when inspecting campgrounds would be helpful as well. Yeah, I think that's a great idea. We can certainly provide that information. We'll include that with our resources when we send it out. If you do think of any questions after the fact, as we've mentioned a couple of times, we're just a phone call or an email away. Certainly feel free to send those questions or comments along. So I guess we'll clue up here now. So if you have any questions on Canada Select or any of TQA's programs, feel free to contact us. Our goal is to work with all tourism operators and to assist them in raising the level of quality in their operations. TQA has one additional webinar coming up. A TAP refresher will be held on November 29th, same time at 10 a.m. Please send us along an email if you haven't already, if you want to register for this presentation. Thank you all very much for your time today. I hope you've all learned a little something about the independent rating process and about quality in the Canada Select program. You will be receiving a follow-up email with more information and resources, such as those that we have discussed today, as well as a link to an evaluation survey, and we would really appreciate your feedback. Be certain to check out tqanl.ca for information related to everything on quality assurance, as well as follow us on our Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter accounts. So thank you everyone for joining us today, and we look forward to working with you in the future.